Hi, thanks for checking out my video on this new Carvin Go Off guitar. I guess I'll take a second to review it or explain the backstory behind it. So actually, the backstory is a little kind of interesting. So I actually had the privilege of going to visit Jason in July of 2015 to pick up this painting courtesy of Jason Becker. So actually when I was at his house, he let me play some of his guitars, and of course Bluey was my dream guitar since I was 14, and when they announced that Carvin announced they're doing the JB200SC tribute line, that I immediately, 2012, I bought the guitar, and that's been my favorite guitar since. So of course I had to go play the original. But when I played the original, it's like, Carvin, it's not that, I kind of like the tribute model a little bit better, and it's just, not that the original is bad or anything's wrong with the guitar. That's still the dream guitar, just with the Kaler and the lawsuit headstock. It was just beautiful. But it's just to say how much Carvin has grown, and going from that 2012 JB200C to this the maybe 3 flaws I have with the 200C, this guitar does not have. This guitar is beautiful. But going back to the story, so I went for for Bluey, and then I played his Hurricane guitar, the one on the cover of Perpetual Burn, and then Jason actually asked me if I wanted to play the Pearl Purple Carvin. And of course, if Jason asks you, you're not going to say no. But so I sat down with the guitar and had all those stickers, just, you know that guitar from the Yo-Yo Solo video, you know it immediately when you see it on the cover of Go Off. First things first that I was kind of surprised is that guitar I always thought was red, but it's this pearl purple, and it doesn't, not to say it doesn't photograph well, but anything you see online, or it's not a true reflection of the color. You'd actually have to see it in person, because everyone's calling this guitar pink, and it's like, it's specifically pearl purple. But going back to the story again, but I sat down with that guitar, and the neck just felt so smooth. It's definitely my favorite guitar I've ever played. It was so just fast, and it's typically not something I like, or it doesn't have things I typically like. Like, I'm not a huge fan of gloss necks. I prefer maple fretboards over ebony any day of the week, but that guitar just had something so special about it. I mean, if Jason really didn't like the color and still picked that one guitar, because there had to be something special about it, and there is. So, that being the best guitar I've ever played, I had to replicate it. And this is actually the first, I believe, to be the first copy of the Go Off guitar. Now, in terms of tone woods and stuff, I tried to keep it as close to the original as possible with, of course, if you look at it, there's the stuff that Carvin legally can't do. Like, I can't have the lawsuit headstock, and Jeff Kiesel doesn't use Kalers anymore. So, this is the most modern, or if the Go Off guitar were made today, this is how it's going to look, or how it would look. So, it being as close to the original, it does have the gloss neck. It actually has the passive electronics, but this is one of the last guitars made with the battery box. I don't know. I can store things in there. Smuggle. No, I'm just kidding. But, yeah, it's a maple body, maple neck, ebony fretboard, gloss, and I really wish this color, you could really see how it actually looks. But, one thing I noticed immediately, it's all maple, so it's heavy. It's like, it's a Les Paul killer. It's like 10 pounds, or it feels like that. And it's an incredibly resonant guitar. That's one of the first things I noticed, is that even unplugged, it's really loud, and once you hit a chord, you feel the whole body just vibrate. It's amazing. And it's still sustaining. I still feel it. But yeah, I think this beat out my JB200C in terms of the favorite. But, thank you so much, Kris Wong. Thank you, everyone at Carvin, for doing this for me. I love this guitar. Thank you, Jason, so much for letting me play the original guitar. I'm just so happy with it. It's a funny story is when I got it, when I first opened it out of and took it out of the case, I didn't play it. I took it out, put it on my couch, and kind of looked at it for 5 minutes. Just, I can't believe that they got the color pretty much spot on. It's a little more pearly, for lack of a better term, than the original. Like, you could definitely see a little more sparkles. But I'm extremely happy about this, and I'm happy to say it's mine. So, yeah. If any of you have questions, just drop a comment on my YouTube channel. I'll get back to them as soon as possible. And, well, thank you again for checking this out. And once again, thank you so much to everyone at Carvin. Oh, by the way, I'm not Kris Wong. We are not the same person. Just before anyone says anything. But once again, thank you.